All right, we're good to go, sir. You may proceed. Sorry. We'll bring this in order here. To the special meeting. Maybe we didn't have enough for the live meeting. Everybody read, got the minutes. They approved the minutes, if they got them, make a motion. But then you, talk to you. They're both docs. So.
Yeah, they're both doctors.
Okay. Then you gonna make a change on that? Might be able to put that in the minutes there. Bring in that to Mr. Travis. I'll give you all a shot. Hallelujah. Horses will be all right. Got Dr. Hawkins too. Oh, yeah, Dr. Hawkins, that's right. Dr. No. Okay, so we do need to make a change. That is amended. Is that all right with you, Johnny? Yes, sir. All right. Doc, you continue to say second that. All right. So let's get that. Most of this is just going to be informational. We're trying to get some stuff out to you. So we'll let you know what's going on. Jason, can you hear us okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Just checking in, make sure you were good. All right. Late payments, non-payment, and vacating without notice. I'm going to bring that up is because that's something that we've dealt with on multiple occasions on just recently. We had two people leave. We instituted some new policies to, and most likely what's going to happen is after 45 days, after the first month, they're supposed to pay it the first of the month by the lease. And so on the second month that they haven't paid, by the 15th of that month that they have not paid, we're going to put a lock on it. And then we can send them a letter, but we'll put a lock on it so they can't get in it. And that's the one way to handle, I mean, particularly to handle it, but I expect us to be much faster. Notice to me is going to be getting faster than it had been. We were trying to send stuff out and continue to turn around and send letters and emails and emails and emails, and nobody's responding. So one just left, didn't tell us they were gone. We just found it during our monthly inspection. The other one just never has paid us. And I'm not sure that we won't. I'm talking with legal right now to see if we're going to go back and pursue.
Lien on our
No airplanes there. Okay,
when they sign the lease, they give you an end number.
that's true.
They'll put a lien on their airplane. It takes about $5 with FAA. They ever sell that airplane, they have a deal.
I'll take a look at that. You know.
Just go to the FAA website, and all you're gonna do is just put a lien.
Well, from here on out, should we consider a deposit?
We do have a deposit. Okay, they have a 1 month deposit on the hangars. The only ones that we didn't charge a deposit were those that were already out there in the old hangars. Yeah, those 5 hangars we didn't charge them because everybody that was in there. So we didn't charge the deposit on them, but everybody else, and if those rotate out at some point, they'll get a deposit as well. But everybody gets a 1 month upfront deposit.
But the lease is only is a month to month.
It's month to month.
Yeah.
So a lot of our people though will pay us a year in advance or 6 months in advance. They'll pay. You know, we send invoices out to those who don't monthly. Right. And we don't have a lot of problem with it. Gary takes care of that, and if they
I just started.
She just started, and once she has, I mean, it's better than it was.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier just to pay pretty much the same, you need to forget it.
Yeah,
But y'all do a monthly inspection of the hangar?
we do. It's a safety inspection because the fire extinguishers have to be checked monthly.
Yes.
And so we go in, we check, and I get a list of those that don't have aircraft in them as well. So if aircraft is not there 1 month, that's okay, maybe it's out for maintenance or something. If it's not there for 2 months or 3 months in a row, then I'm beginning to wonder, is there an actual aircraft associated with this, or is just someone ain't got a hangar?
Yeah.
So that's another way we're double checking things like that, to make sure that there's actually an aircraft in the hangar.
Well, after 30 days. Well, they would, probably somebody, if they's gonna move out, it would just be totally empty when it's looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's stuff in there, but the
Something like
airplane's
that,
gone,
well, I mean, that's something that I've told the guys to start looking now.
Yeah.
For that particular activity, if there's something that doesn't look right, let me know so we can.
But if you check it at the beginning of the month, and if somebody's, you got a notice out and you're already into 30 days of that deposit and still hadn't paid, that's time to put a lock on it.
Yeah. That's why we
I'd
said we're
say
gonna
do
start,
it 30 days after.
well, we might, at 30, into 30 days, just go ahead and put a lock on it instead of putting it, okay, all right. Instead of 45, just do it into 30. That means we got a deposit for that.
Yeah, that way you're covered on that deposit, and they can't get anything out of the hangar or whatever until
Okay.
they
All right, I'll take that.
cough up another month's deposit.
Okay. Okay. Do it right, I'll do that. The second thing is key deposit. Again, when I talked to the same two ones, but we never did receive our keys back. And because of that, we had to have both locks rekeyed. Well, that was $215 per lock.
Wow.
And that doesn't count our $215, but that was, the keying of the lock is not expensive. It's getting the person over here and the hourly charge that you get for that. You know, but it cost us right at $250 a key because we had our people out there, we're paying them as well.
Yeah.
So about $250 a key, and I'm thinking seriously, and I'm going to approach the council about that and see about having us raise that deposit for the key up to $250 instead of $25. Because that's far too cheap on that one.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's a good idea.
so like I said, it was quite a shock when they threw that in there. I was thinking maybe 50, 80 bucks. No, $215 for the key alone, not to mention the time that we had spun around. So
Yeah. Well, it's gotta be key for your master.
that's correct. That's the whole point. And then the last thing I had was, in the letter that we're fixing to send out or for violation letters, it's just it's a notification letter to let people know, and remind them that the contract that they signed is one that we're going to ask them to adhere to, simply because our contract, our lease with Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, Commonwealth of Kentucky, and our bond financing for the hangars are tied to certain language. And if we don't uphold what we're dealing with, then we could be liable for forfeiture on the loan or the bond and or our lease. Neither one would be financially right for the city, and so that's something that we're looking at. So I think you all have received a copy of the letter or the draft. Okay.
I don't know that I have or not. I don't think.
You will get a copy of it then. I'll make sure that put a note there, send draft the letter. Yeah, the violation letter to all members just for their reference. But yeah, legal put this together after going through and looking at some things and just realizing that we can't allow people to do some of the things that they do out there. It's one thing for, again, we talk about the different violations. It's all listed in the lease. So, really that's all. I just want to make sure that you guys were aware of what was going on when we stood on these and what issues we were facing. And the biggest thing is that the letters are going to go out just as a reminder to begin with. And that, you know, we will be double checking to make sure that they're not violating that. Violation of it could cancel their lease agreement, cause them to go somewhere else. I mean, I've got people waiting in the wings right now for hangars. So, I just want to make sure that they've got fair advance warning of what's going on, so there's no surprises. So.
And you're just having an issue with a couple.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that's broad and spread. It's just certain things that we've just got to address. You know, it could be something like fuel cans, or something, too much fuel, or too much of this, or too much of that, or the wrong things being stored in there, you know. I mean, I know I've got one that's got an aircraft. I'm not naming names or what. They got an aircraft that's been torn down ever since we've had the hangar, and even before. And they've not completed putting the aircraft back together. They were working on it for a while and they just quit. And because of that, I mean, they're in violation. They have that thing up and running. So
That's a new hangar or the old hangar?
one of the old hangars.
You know, where it's
Crash that airplane.
I'm not saying nothing about any, I'm just saying that that's a violation, because you've got somebody that's been working on it. And one thing, if you're doing, you're doing some oil change or something, but you're doing something, a complete tear down, and it's lasts for years.
5 years.
Yeah, so.
I got a problem. I got that crashed airplane. I'm waiting to send that.
That's a different story. That's a totally different story. Now I understand that. There's a whole reason for that.
I thought you got that fixed.
That's a different story. That's circumstances, that's totally different set of circumstances.
Well,
Not to mention, it's only a couple of months since that's happened too. So it's not been 3 years or 5 years. Yeah. So, I mean, those are the issues that we're trying to deal with. Like occasionally you're going to get stuff in the new hangar, but just so people are aware of it.
the problem is that we've got people waiting. That's,
Exactly right.
we're not in there to store airplanes. We need to sell fuel. That's our biggest thing. We want to sell fuel.
So we are building a good relationship with both Fulton and Mayfield. I mean, we split a load 3 ways today. Ordered to all 3 of us. We took a little bit of a load. That'll top us back off and reset our clock.
It helps.
Walk away.
Walk away, that's worth something.
Bathrooms get locked on weekends.
Not really pleased with it.
What would be?
I can't go into that. It's not on the agenda. I will tell you that, do I have a project? I got project update. So let me talk about project update for you, okay? One of the things we've done with the bathrooms, we do keep the pilot's bathroom is open 24/7. The shower, the bathroom, the kitchen is all open 24/7. That is not closed. What is closed is the public bathrooms. We close them after hours when the guys go home. We open them in the morning when they come in. Now, of course, on the weekends, the guys don't come in other than maybe check fuel or something like that. They don't come back. So we're keeping the public bathrooms closed simply because we had a rash of, this was every night, people coming out there and using the facilities and trashing them. I mean, this was not, I mean, it's one thing to come out and use the facility, but to go out just to trash it. And this was an every night, or almost every night thing. And so we just found, for vandalism purposes, we're just going to close those up after hours. Again, if there is a special get together or something special going on, we will leave them open for that purpose. Okay. That's not something we can't be flexible about. But just for the general public, if there's just general public, they can go into the pilots and stuff can go into the pilot's bathroom.
How do they know the number?
That's the problem.
Nobody knows the number.
It's posted on AirNav, not AirNav, but ForeFlight. It's posted. I'll give it to you.
I mean,
I
I
have it on my,
Okay.
but it's not.
he's saying that there's this general code that you know to use.
Unicom, that's what most everybody.
Most people use a Unicom. That eliminates the environmental department.
We can change it to that, but that's not what it is right now.
I mean, but
I'm talking about that. Put that lock, if you lock, it, you put that number.
But I didn't see it.
Put the Unicom number.
Yeah,
On the outdoor bathroom.
that would probably-
On the inside back.
You could do both.
I'm either gonna leave them open or I'm gonna, and the whole problem with it is, like I said, we're getting them trashed.
The problem is, nobody knows it, you know, so what happens on Saturday when you use the bathroom, they're not available. And then it closes at 2:30, well, people, you know, from 7 to 2:30, well, you really, on the weekdays, but, you know, it's pretty worthless, you know. I've never, you know, you obviously got a problem, but it seems like, you know, most airports that I've gone to, you use a Unicom actually to even get in it, you know. And they probably ought to put probably ought to have, in my opinion, ought to have a Unicom on open the gate. You probably ought to have you probably ought to have a Unicom, or just put a Unicom on that.
Outside door.
Just put
No,
a,
you're
just
talking
put a
on the
gate.
door getting into the pilot's lounge.
Oh,
Yeah, not on the outside doors. I'm not gonna put codes on the outside doors.
Well, it's worthless. It's worthless. People won't use it.
They'll use the pilots will use the pilot's
They
lounge.
won't.
If we use the Unicom, they will.
Yeah, they will if you use it.
That's what I said, we can change that. That's
That'd be
a simple
reasonable.
fix.
Yeah,
That's a fix.
that's
a
the fix.
fix.
Yeah,
Because they'll know that, but you know, but that's the number you need to use.
That's no problem. We can fix that.
it's not over on here, so it's,
Blair said she had it posted, so I'll double check it.
I'm sitting here looking at it, so. But most likely every airport that you go to, the doors are Unicom.
Okay.
Paducah, I mean, well, no, you ain't gonna get in Paducah. After 6 o'clock, you can't even use the bathroom in Paducah. So. But Mayfield, Murray, Princeton, it's all Unicom, you can go right in there. So,
And not to be argumentative, but what about just putting a portable outdoor, portable outdoor.
For John.
Yeah, job out there. Yeah.
that place look good with it. I mean, just,
Don't look like somebody dedicates on the front of that thing too.
well, I mean, once it changes the number of.
It's also only when they defecate in the floor in there too.
Yeah, well, something needs
There's
to
a
be done.
toilet in there, they use the floor. which I
Yeah,
don't
we're not
understand.
arguing, but yeah, it seems to me like the answer, like you say, is just put that 1, 2, 3, 0. You know, because people know that, you know, I mean, that's just kind of standard. But I can't remember that.
That's a 5-digit code. Does that tell you anything?
1, 2, 3, 0, 0. That's
Sounds
what
like
it is.
Sounds like Unicom. We'll see what we can do. We'll work towards that and I'll let you know what it is.
I don't think you do the same number once.
1, 2, 3, 0.
I'm making just type in one.
Just type.
We got a whole box of keypads. Keypad. Digital. Push.
I'm gonna get my cars and I've gone from 8 to 2. I got down to 2. I guarantee you those 2 cars.
I wasn't calling nobody's name. I didn't say anybody's name.
And I've got the place to put them. I mean,
So I didn't call anybody by name.
But there is, there's 2 or 3 units. One of them left the hangar open. Well, I sent you
Well,
a picture. You know, so there is one over there. It's got 4-wheelers and canoes and everything else in them.
Yeah.
So.
The other updates, I'll give you a heads up. We're still working with the state on the fence. I don't know where they've kind of gone into, I don't know where they're at exactly on it. I'm sorry, it's election, well, that's what I kind of figured, everybody's gone into hiding at this point because of elections. But
If they put those politicians in the front of that airplane, they hit a deer, they think.
We don't even have a chance to listen to them.
Is that right?
Well, go ahead, go ahead.
so, well, now they're still gonna have to work on some acquisition because they can't place that fence on the west end in the safety zone. So they're still gonna have to do some acquisition.
I've been told that every project that is more than $100,000 on it has to go through the governor's office. Anyways,
But we do have GPS. Because I couldn't figure it out.
What the-
Or GPS approach. Or
That's the most important thing.
it's not, I don't know why. They said it'd be up October 1st and it's still not up.
Well, they've approved it, I don't know, but they're gonna have to they've got some penetrations that still have to be removed. They came back and added penetrations
Oh,
to that approach that we weren't told about to begin with, and so we're gonna go back in and.
Okay, well, this mistake, it will be up and running by.
Well, and I think it will be, well, I've been told it was, but they've still got some penetrations they've got to take care of to complete it, but.
I guess it's more
Curtis,
instructions,
Can we talk about that or not?
freeze.
I don't have any updates on it other than we've got some mechanical issues we're dealing with. All right,
I got a call today, a Sirius come in, want to know about a courtesy car, and I said, I don't think it's ready. He said, well, I won't buy fuel. I said, oh, well, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is, you know? So. Got issues, we got issues, you know, man, can't help from that.
I'm also not going for the unsafe vehicle out there.
Something went down.
Or in a ditch somewhere. And I've got some issues that I'm still trying to find out in the front end. That's where we stand on that. So, the other thing is we're still looking at, updating, and we've got all the lights working, all the factories, reels, all that's functioning properly, okay? We are looking at upgrading to more modern factories and reels, which means putting us into LED lighting and probably more advanced mechanics or technology there. Instead of the 3 light, what they call that, a 5, 6 light, something that there's more lights to it that gives you different angles and stuff. So we're looking at that project as well, and that may be something that we wind up doing out of our FAA funds. So we're looking into that right now, see what the biggest issue is, what we're gonna have to do electrically. If our electric lines and everything will handle it, or if we're gonna have to go in there and redo those. So that's a big issue. So much of that stuff right now, we've got to find or get the piecemeal and scavenging parts to get and fix them. So,
Well, with flying, those lights is to help you land in bad weather. That's what they're for. Where you can see them when you're shooting approach in. Well, the approach we have is might as well be VFR. Our approach is only get you down to 1,200 feet. If you're at 1,200 feet, you're in VFR. So, I mean, if we don't need to spend that money on those rail lights, I don't think going to LED lights is going to help. You know, now if we had an approach that got us down to 300 feet.
I guess my biggest concern is being able to find parts to fix them if they go out again.
Well, that's true.
That's where I stand on it. Okay, it's not so much that
And
I'm
they
trying
are wore out. I mean,
Yeah.
they're obsolete.
we actually had to, we scavenged to get the parts to fix this one. We actually, I'll tell you, I kid you not, we pulled the breaker to check them, and one of them actually fell apart in the guy's hand. After you pulled the breaker out, it just disintegrated in his hand. So we wound up having to use the taxiway light breaker and put it into the runway light breaker so that the runway lights would work and taxi lights were out. So, and we wound up had to get parts for that. So that's kind of the situation that we're running into. And the upgrade is really more so that we actually can use something, you know, and we don't have trouble finding parts that delay us that much longer.
Okay, it's still nice to have the best lights you have when you come in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've been there. Yeah, I paid a lot of money to be able to see that light.
And that's really all I've got at the moment, gentlemen.
Murray put the rabbits in. I like those rabbits, but.
That light is expensive.
All right.
So you want to adjourn?
I don't have anything else, unless you guys have another update that I haven't addressed. That's really all we can do at this point. I mean, we can't entertain new business or anything like that.
We adjourn.
All right, guys. Jason, thank you for joining in with us.
Anytime. Sorry I couldn't be there in person.
Well, that's okay. At least you were there, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Anytime.
Take care.